What's good, y'all? What's good? We're going to start this live stream off with a big thank you. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, and I have just reached 5 years on this YouTube channel. So that is a big accomplishment, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without you all watching and supporting me through the ups and downs, through my learning curves, through my just everything that's been happening. So I want to say, thank you for watching this channel. It's been 5 years. And I decided, as I reflected a lot this year, I was like, it's time to go harder. It is time to produce more and to give more value on this channel. And I've decided that live stream format is a great way to chat with you all, to share my research on blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, financial literacy, investing in general. So again, thank you. I thank you. So on today's live, we'll be talking about AI agents. And today's title is AI agents are coming to Algorand, Hedera, and Stellar Lumens. This is the crypto news I have for you on today's live stream. We are about to go in. So as you join this stream, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure that you subscribe. And I'm going to play a little music for y'all to get you hyped as everyone starts to join the stream. Let's get it. C Will, PIN. This song is about love, life, and crypto. At the beach, feet in the sand, Kailua Beach, where we stand. I don't think y'all understand. It's 5 years when we plan. Sun beaming on 82, the sky blue, water blue, Eva bird in the sky too. Let me go get fly too, with new shoes, fresh feet, chain hanging, matching tee. Gold tooth to match my ring, nice queen to match the king. Don't trip, it's overnight. Round trip on a big flight, touchdown for a big night. Crypto change my life. Stick to my SOPs. DJing with NFTs. Mutants versus zombies. Guana NFTs. Sweep the floor on Wu-Dang. Still bumping that Wu-Tang. Algorand, blockchain. Bomber on the block, man. They came through, took a seat on the phone. NFT, they came through. I popped my piece. Next stop, NYC. You can feel the chemistry. Vibing, feel the energy. I can see the synergy. Ballin', that's the remedy. At the beach, feet in the... All right, y'all. Y'all know I love to make music as well, rapping about crypto and everything. So again, say what's good as you join the stream. Team PIN, Team Moonwell. Let's go. I appreciate you for tapping in. And we definitely going to be talking a lot more about Moonwell as time goes on, because I think that's a great platform. So today's topic again is AI agents coming to Algorand, Hedera, and Stellar. This is the crypto news I got for you today. Now, one of the most important things has happened in crypto, and that is the passage or the integration of X402. This is for AI agents in particular, and only a few blockchains, I believe, could really implement this technology in this protocol that is put out by Google and definitely pushed by Coinbase. So let's talk about it. This is powering AI commerce with new agent payments protocol. And again, this is some big stuff happening here. It says today Google announced agent payments protocol in open source, okay, an open protocol developed with leading payments and technology companies to securely initiate and transact agent-led payments across platforms. The protocol can be used as an extension of the agent-to-agent protocol and model context protocol, okay? So this deals with authorization, proving that a user gave an agent the specific authority to make a particular purchase. And you got authenticity, enabling a merchant to be sure that an agent's request accurately reflects the user's true intent, and then accountability. determining accountability in a fraudulent or incorrect transaction occurs. So accountability. So then we're dealing with real-time purchases, okay? An intent mandate, a cart mandate. Then we're going to be delegating task, and then all based on the mandate once you give it precise conditions, okay? So you got smarter shopping, personalized offers, coordinated task, okay? And then this is a list of many of the partners that is a part of this system right here, and more will be added. And on today's video, we're going to be announcing more that just got added. So you got OnePass, Accenture, Adobe, Agent, obviously Algorand is on there, Intuit, Etsy, okay, Shopify, WePay. The list goes on. So that's what's important. And then what's crazy about this, obviously, it's really the stable coins. Okay, let me see if on the Google one it has it, but it's really the agent to agent statement. So you got one AI agent able to pay another. That means the other one can receive payments. And blockchain technology sits at the middle because you can use stable coins, which settle instantly if you're using the proper blockchain that can handle it. So again, I talked to y'all about this. For example, a Hedera, a Algorand, a Stellar Lumens. These blockchains can process 1 million transactions for $85 roughly. If you go look at a Solana, that's $2,500. You go look at a Ethereum, that's thousands of dollars. A Bitcoin, thousands of dollars. These type of Avalanche, these blockchains are very expensive for micropayments, for millions of transactions happening back to back to back. A Algorand, a Hedera, a Stellar is optimized for this with the security. So let's talk about the first one. We got the future of agentic commerce on Algorand just leveled up. So we already knew about the Algorand announcement, but they are developing more features, people and businesses within the community. X402, the universal protocol for real-time payments, now has Algorand integration built with Go Plausible. Okay, and this is Go Plausible. They build basically tools, protocols, verifiable credentials. They building tools that other entrepreneurs can integrate into their business. Okay, seamless, secure, autonomous. Billions of AI agents will need rails. We're building them. So here it is. The agentic commerce on Algorand just leveled up. Okay. And then this next one, I know y'all gonna like this as well. Let's talk about it. X402 on Stellar, that's Stellar Lumens, unlocking payments for the new agent economy. Okay. So we're going to play this for y'all too. This will be a good, another explainer for y'all who are just joining this stream.
In the year 1997, the HTTP spec reserved status code 402 for a world where websites could charge for access directly. For nearly 30 years, the internet has been waiting for a native payment layer. And with X402, that long-reserved status code is finally coming to life. X402 enables websites and APIs to request payment directly through the HTTP protocol using the 402 payment required status code. Combined with the speed and low fees of the Stellar network, this enables a new emerging machine economy. Let's give Claude some funds to play with and see how this works. I'm opening up the Freighter wallet and using the Coinbase on-ramp widget to purchase a couple of dollars of USDC directly with Apple Pay. Now I've already set up a paid resource using simple familiar tooling. To get access, it's going to cost you or your AI agent 1 cent. Next, I'll add an MCP server to Claude and provide my wallet credentials so that Claude can access the funds. When the AI agent makes the request, the server responds with 402 payment required, along with some instructions. The agent evaluates these and signs a transaction via the MCP server and resubmits the request. An X402 facilitator verifies the payment on-chain, and the API immediately returns the requested resource. The agent can now continue its task without API keys, subscriptions, or manual payments. It's simple technology and easy to implement, but it points to an important opportunity. A a future where AI agents discover, purchase, and use resources using a standard built into the fabric of the web. Learn more about X402 on the Stellar network at stellar.org.
That's it right there. A great and clear breakdown of how X402 integration works in the background with Stellar Lumens. So you're talking about a 1 cent fee to access this. You got 1 cent? Leave a comment in the chat if you got 1 cent. Brother here says, Fernando's 5403 says, great content. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Like I said, we going in today, y'all. We're going in. I'm really excited about this one. So that video, again, breaks down how it works on the back end using USDC. And that example is with Stellar Lumens to facilitate, to check the security, to check the communication. Everything runs in the background, and blockchain technology sits in the middle. And if you notice, he said Claude. Okay. Claude helps facilitate. So you have the AI, Claude, right, by Anthropic. Then in that example, they use Stellar Lumens, blockchain, and then they use Circles, USDC. Claude as the AI, the blockchain technology, and then the stable coin. Listen, that's fire. We got a question here. Let's talk about it. If it's 1 cent, I got one, and I can lend a couple at that rate. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. So if you got 1 cent, let me know if you got 1 cent. And like J Dove here, 44 said, I can lend a couple at that rate. And that's where we at. So that was a clear breakdown of how this process works. And again, for a blockchain like Stellar Lumens, for a blockchain like Algorand, for a blockchain like Hedera, you can do 1 million transactions for about $85. 1 million. Okay. Algorand is so cheap right now. Exactly. Algorand is cheap. Hedera is cheap. Stellar cheap. Crypto is on sale right now. Especially if you knew and you watching this live stream and you ain't got a bag, this will be the time, in my opinion. Not financial advice. Make sure you do your research, but that's what we do on this channel. Research crypto and put the information out there so you can make your own decision. So this next one up here we got is Hedera. This is another big announcement, y'all. Hedera in the X402 payment standard, okay? So let's read this first part. As software, let me zoom in for y'all. All right, here we go, for myself rather. As software and AI agents become more autonomous, they increasingly need a way to pay for data and services that are as simple and composable as the internet itself. The X402 standard introduces a new payment model built directly into web protocols, enabling small programmatic payments that can be executed automatically by applications and AI agents without the friction of traditional checkout flows or account-based systems. Okay. And let me know if that makes sense to y'all, because this is what it's really about. Okay. So here we go. The standard is especially well suited for micropayments, small one-off payments for goods or services that cost cents or fractions of a cent, such as accessing research papers, reports, paywall sensor data, or services like OCR and over-the-counter, I believe, translations. With X402, users and agents can retrieve exactly what they need without creating logins, subscribing to services, or dealing with high fees typical of traditional bank or credit card payments. X402 is a natural fit for AI agents that rely on real-time data to conduct research and complete tasks using a protocol that works seamlessly within existing infrastructure. Okay. So before we talk more about this, this is a great point right here. Let me go to this one. XLM is going to take over Africa. And yes, in the last live stream, I talked about how they have a new wallet system out there. We also got Idris Elba got a Care wallet system out in Ghana. Like, these initiatives are being made possible on these type of blockchains using these type of technologies for payments, remittances, and whatnot. And then you got Hedera
making the same thing happen. You got Algorand making the same things happening. That's why I chose these 3 blockchains to talk about today. Hedera with Ethereum market cap is so possible. That's not funny. Hey, listen, I'm with you on that one. I am definitely with you on that one. Can't wait for pros to catch up the level of hype behind what they're actually doing already, not speculating. Oh, most definitely. I need to research that one. Give me some more info about that in the chat. Hell yeah. I agree. I agree. Now let's get back to it. So it got the AI agent / client. Okay. Then you have a crypto wallet. Okay. And then you have the merchant server. Okay. Then you have the X402 facilitator and then the blockchain. Initial resource request, X402 payment required, create transfer transaction, sign transfer request, return partially signed transaction, resource request plus the transaction, and then payment payload plus requirements. They inspect and verify. The verified response, transaction settles. You have the submit, sign transaction, payment settled, and you have the resource that they want. This is all using AI like Claude, a crypto wallet, let's say like the Para wallet. You got a merchant server, let's say some type of website that sells the data. The facilitator, you have the Google, Coinbase in the background, then you have the blockchain, and it's all there. If that makes sense to y'all. So this is just a deeper dive. This writer here did a great job. Overall, this is what's happening. What's happening? Okay. So yeah, you got price of Hedera. Not okay. Pros. I thought that was a new blockchain, but yeah, the price of Hedera definitely. So we got more info for y'all. So this is another thing that I thought was for sure interesting. Is this here? So this is what Brian Armstrong. Let me know in the chat if you know who Brian Armstrong is, okay? If you know who Brian Armstrong is. So Brian Armstrong says, very soon there are going to be more AI agents than humans making transactions. They can't open a bank account, but they can own a crypto wallet. Think about that. Okay, and if y'all been paying attention in the technology world, the AI, the autonomous robots and machines, Amazon officially has more robots working in their warehouses than human beings. Amazon has more robots working in their warehouses than human beings, okay? And I'm not talking about human being a local coffee shop. So Brian Armstrong saying, very soon there are going to be more AI agents than humans making transactions. I definitely believe that. So let me know if you know who Brian Armstrong is. Then we got another big name here. Let me know if you know who CZBNB is. AI agents will make 1 million times more payments than humans, and they will use crypto. Did y'all let that sink in? They will use crypto. And he retweeted something. Let's look it up. U, this is a ticker symbol. U becomes the first stablecoin on BNB chain to feature native EIP 3009 support for agent payments. Now let's go a little deeper. Agent, this is from U right here. This is U. U is United Stables, is a next generation stablecoin designed to unify liquidity across trading platforms, wealth management, and AI, which is the topic of today's video. U is now the first stablecoin on BNB chain to feature. Okay, we just read that. And it says here what it unlocks. Number one signature equals authorize a U transfer, no standalone approved. Number 2, gas list ready. Apps and merchants can sponsor gas. That's a big feature. Number 3, AI native equals payment can be linked to execution. So if you really think about that, when you say, okay, a company that you're using their app, they can just have money sitting in a area where you don't need to pay anymore in the gas fees, okay? And that's something special they can do for you. And then This is just obvious. So what we got? Brian Armstrong is CEO of Coinbase. Yes, great work. Brian Armstrong is CEO of Coinbase. Now, y'all let me know, who is CZ? No one said who is CZ. Brian Armstrong's the CEO of Coinbase. Who is CZ BNB? Y'all let me know. Now we're going to move forward. I got something else for y'all. This one, more some Hedera news, was interesting. We're going to play a video. Hedera council member FedEx says AI agents will act and digital ledger technologies will enforce. The action, the enforcement. Quote, you need both. You can't just have AI agents going out and doing all kinds of things on your behalf that you don't know about without any rules or governance or any kind of rails. And we think DLTs will enforce that. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Check this out, y'all.
Once you get to harmonized, interoperable, and open, you get to digital. You get to the word digital. And at that point, that's actually where the clouds part and the choirs sing, because now we can digitize everything. And beyond that, you get to distributed ledgers and blockchain. You get to digital identity, which we talked a little bit about. You get to AI. You get to every other emerging technology. So that's actually where it really opens up from that point of view. And so we think all of those things are going to be critical. But once we digitize these processes, we get everything else. So an AI agent, for example, as I would say, AI agents will act, and we think DLT and blockchain will enforce. And said another way, you want both, right? You need both. You can't just have AI agents going out and doing all kinds of things on your behalf that you don't know about without any rules or governance or kind of rails. And we think DLTs will enforce that. You'll have smart contracts that will say, if this happens, do this. If then, whatever the case may be. But we think they are absolutely compatible. I would even say they may be each other's killer app.
Y'all, did you hear that? Let's talk about it in a second. We got, yes, Binance CEO. That is the correct answer. CZ Xingchen Pao, I think that's how you say his name. Excuse me if I slaughtered that. He's the CEO of Binance, which is essentially the largest crypto exchange, and you have Brian Armstrong, the largest of the United States. CZ CEO of Binance. So the two leaders of the two largest crypto exchanges are saying the same thing. We got to pay attention to that. Doing trails for AI transactions and many other things. Exactly. We got action here. So again, as the FedEx guy here, who's part of the Hedera Council, broke down, you need digital ledger technologies, aka blockchains. They clearly have said, hey, we identified Hedera. Others have identified Algorand. Others have identified Stellar. That's why, again, I chose these three chains to talk about, these digital ledger technologies to talk about. They are in position, y'all. They are in position. Now let's move forward some more. Let me know what y'all think about that. Now, here's another, like a big headline I want to share with you. This is a big headline. Hedera and Accenture partner to innovate Web3 AI as HBAR leads innovation. Okay. Hedera is doing some great business development, especially with their Hedera Council, their hash graph technology, digital ledger technologies. Hedera working with Accenture. This is a big company, a S&P 500 type company, okay? Now, this one here, this is something here that I want to show y'all. Got a question too. Let me know if you know who Raoul Pal is, okay? Who is Raoul Pal? If you know Raoul Pal, please leave the comment in the chat. So he says, own crypto equals own a piece of every AI agent transaction running on those rails. Quote, unlike the internet, we can own part of it, which is what the token is. I 100% agree. So let's hear what Rual Powell has to say.
Well, no, let's say you store your own crypto. If the agents explode and start using crypto, the value of the network goes up. So we get to benefit from the AI economy as it explodes, because it's going to be using these rails. And what's clever about this, unlike the internet, is we can own part of it, which is what the token is. So we can own the token and therefore participate in the agent economy by the value of these networks rising. Okay, that's super interesting. People don't see it that way, but it's a kind of offset against all of this. Mm-hmm. So I don't think blockchain goes away. Well, will they bring their own blockchains? Will they make changes? Of course. But that's fine, you know. There's new equities come all the time. There's new sectors, trends, all those things. But it gives us the opportunity to participate in an economy where we're not actually doing the trading. We're not actually doing the company building. We're not doing all of those things. But the value of these networks go up. So we just have to sit there and do nothing. And if you think about it, it's the same as the people who own Bitcoin for a long time. Over time, the network value's gone up because more people start using it. The institutions start investing in it. And they reap the benefits by holding it and doing nothing, which is, again, this whole, you know, don't fuck this up. Well,
he always says, don't fuck this up thing, which I always think is funny. Let's get to this. Bad enough AI is so much smarter than us. We can't keep up with them. At least they're trying to make sure we can officially track and identify what they're doing. Yeah. AI is definitely smart. And I've been doing a lot more research on Claude in particular. And AI works even better if you're smart. And if you know how to use it in the way that it's supposed to be used, it just amplifies your power. It's like Thanos with the Infinity Stones in the gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet. He was already strong. He was already intelligent. The Power Stone, the Time Stone, the Space Stone, the Reality Stone, the Soul Stone, okay? All of them stones, they just amplified what he could already do. And that's what AI is going to do for us here. So Rual Powell, CEO of Real Vision, he's a big voice and investor in the crypto space. He is basically saying we can position ourselves as this grows, as AI integrates with blockchain technology, us owning those tokens, I like to call them gas tokens, transaction tokens. I like to say it's a piece of the ecosystem of cryptocurrency technology in general. He's saying long as we can buy, accumulate, and hold, just like what the people who held and owned Bitcoin early. Imagine, you know, if you're owning Bitcoin before Michael Saylor started doing what he's doing, which is spreading it, making digital assets like they're doing with Ethereum now. Before the ETFs, like XRP, the Solana, the Hederas, okay? Before Coinbase 50 index, if you're in before those, you're going to benefit. And that's what he's saying right now. Let's move forward. So we have a post about Stellar by Stellar Lumens. I think this is very important. When an AI agent hits a paywall, its autonomy ends. X402 on Stellar fixes that. One HTTP request, one stablecoin payment, no accounts, no API keys, no human in the loop. The internet was built to move information. Now it moves money too. Check it out, okay? And I got that pulled up for y'all, right? So yeah, and I showed you that already. That was the first thing I showed you was about Stellar. And you know, this part is actually 100%, you know, true. The internet was built to move information and now moves money, y'all. It now moves money. Rual Paul is author and CEO of Real Vision. Yes, sir. I think Rual usually is on point with his analysis, and I think that's one that he will be on point, and I'm trying to make sure that I listen. So agents move, or the internet moves information. Now the internet has money. Okay, that's what we got. Did you know Hedera has an AI agent kit? So what we're talking about here, moving forward for the rest of this stream, it's a analysis of the tools and information that is available for the builders. And as a consumer or user of a product that holds these tokens for a potential upside, we need to know what they're doing. That's why we're talking about it. Did you know Hedera has an AI agent kit? Build LLMs, this is language learning models, powered apps that interact with the Hedera network, from conversational agents to on-chain automation, easily adapted to frameworks like LangChain and a few other listed. Discover the kit. So when y'all get some time, maybe check this out. Why does this matter? You got modular plugins, extend agents with Hedera and third-party plugins, okay? Smart contracts. And again, smart contracts are the if-then that's happening. If this scenario is happening, this one will happen. This is the people meeting in the middle, shaking the hand. You don't have to do that. Program the smart contract to do it. So blockchain can verify rather than trust. So you have AI-driven tools. Let's just play this real quick so we can scroll through. So did you know Hedera has an AI agent kit? This is the toolkit I just talked about. Intelligent agent workflows, AI-driven tools, dual modes, managed accounts, tokens, and actions. You get smarter agents, easier integrations, new possibilities for automation, okay? That's exactly what you get there. Now, he's talking about Roel Paul is the author and CEO of Real Vision, okay? But he is a little bit mercenary for some blockchains. Oh, definitely. That's why I say he's pretty accurate, but like he invested in SUI, SUI ticker symbol, and then he pushed. He was in Solana before that, then he pushed. So you do have to be cautious of what he is pushing. That's why I like to talk about multiple, to put us in a mind frame, in a situation of get a couple of them so you don't have to commit to exactly one, because a lot of them are going to do the same thing. Okay. Let me know if y'all got any more questions, comments, or anything in the chat we need to discuss. So this post here is by Neuron. It says AI agents just became super intelligent. We just discussed that, especially with Claude. Neuron just announced a major upgrade to Anthropic's. This is what I told you, they produce Claude. This is better than ChatGPT, from my understanding. Anthropic's MCP, enabling AI agents to discover, access, and pay for premium data using USDC on Hedera. And this happened to be a Hedera heavy stream, but I told you Algorand has also integrated with Claude's Anthropic's Claude rather. And USDC is going to sit at the center of everything. So this is what they got. Watch an agent by Sky Network and roam data in real time. So let's see it happen. So right now, they're starting the conversation, okay? The assistant is summarizing, is telling them to connect to the cell coverage data. That's what they want to do. It's going to cost $3 per hour. Would you like me to proceed? The user said yes. Now the assistant says, I'm connected to the cell coverage data service. The user says, summarize the data. Now the agent is working on that. And then they gave a whole summary. They asked a question, can you make a list of the networks and the strength? It's creating the list. It says summarize the weather data, and then this just goes on. And this is a chat version form that I thought was very interesting. Now, here's another one I got for you. This is a post by Roundtable Space. Someone created a GitHub repository with an entire setup for an AI agency. Engineers, designers, growth marketers, product managers, broken down how even a rookie could understand. It has over 10,000 stars in 7 days. This is over a lot of people's head. But what essentially GitHub is a repository. This allows, let me go back. here we go. Make this bigger as I can. This allows for people to basically developers to put code and verifiable information on there. So you got a front end and they break it down from an agent, especially to what to use. I'm gonna read a few of them. Front end developer, they write in React. They do UI implementation, performance, modern web, pixels, and then the list goes on. These are engineers that people hire. These are engineers that people hire, okay? Claude has something called Claude Code. ChatGPT has a system similar. They're writing code for people, and all you need to do as an engineer is check the code, give it direction, and you have an assistant that codes for you. That's crazy in my opinion. Hedera is my number one, but I think Algorand will crush it like crazy. I agree with you. Again, I like Algorand, I like Hedera, I like Stellar Lumens. I definitely agree with you, my guy. Now we are slowly coming to a close, but I got a few more information to give y'all. We slowly coming to a close. Hedera, 9 essential plays to advance responsible AI innovation. We're proud to have Chief Policy Officer, his name, this person here, Neil Mini Rubin, represent Hedera at the World Economic Forum's AI Governance Alliance, 600 plus global leaders. The world is paying attention to this. This is in collaboration with Accenture, I just told you about. World Economic Forum's throwing an event. Hedera representatives will be there. Advancing responsible AI innovation, a playbook. They want to make sure that the innovation is responsible. This event, has already happened, but this is something we need to talk about. This is crazy stuff here. The trilemma solution of algo is a nail in the coffin. I still think Algorand is number one, for sure. Technology-wise, everybody else is cooked. They just need to continue to get the business development in order, and they got something there. They got something. So that's what I got for y'all, you guys. That's exactly what I got for y'all. Because as we talked about in today's stream, as we slowly start to close out, give a little recap, AI agents has just received a huge boost from the X402 protocol developed by Google and pushed for sure by Coinbase and the rest of the partners that involved. Right now, the first announcement was obviously Algorand, as Fernando talked about, 5403 talked about. The trilemma of Algorand, the scalability, the security, the cheap fees, the decentralization, that matters. That's why Algorand was first. Then you have Hedera that has very similar technology in terms of fees, security, speed. Then you have Stellar Lumens, also very great. These blockchains are sitting in connection, in concert with AI. AI is mostly going to be Claude for now. You got Perplexity, you got ChatGPT, you got DeepSeek, okay? They are working with blockchains, like the users, the engineers that are putting them together, merging them, and then you put USDC in there, the payment, okay? There's going to be euros in there. There'll be other stable coins. And then this is going to allow people to have AI agents purchase data, information, build, purchase access, products, services, all autonomously. As long as the human give it some direction, or as long as the other AI give them some direction. You fund their wallet, their crypto wallet. They're able to make moves on your behalf. This is some crazy stuff, y'all. This is some crazy innovation, and I'm excited. So again, today's title, AI agents are coming to Algorand, Hedera, and Stellar Lumens. AI agents are coming to Algorand, Hedera, and Stellar Lumens. I hope y'all are paying attention. This is an opportunity for us. And again, y'all, I've been on this channel for the last 5 years. I appreciate y'all's support. And I think we are just getting started. So in the chat, make sure y'all let me know what more topics we want to talk about for the next live stream. Leave a comment after this video, say what's good. Let me know what you liked about this live stream. We're going to keep coming at y'all with some fire. And this is a great comment here. Yes, Virtual's been talking about AI interacting and paying each other way before all this crazy stuff is happening now. Facts. I remember Virtual's definitely being way earlier than all of this information. I was dabbling with investing into some of their AI agents like Vader and stuff like that. They're going to have portfolio managers, everything. The base ecosystem is lit. We'll be talking about that a lot more as well. And I know a lot of products in the base ecosystem has been migrating to Solana. It's been very interesting. There's a little drama there. We'll talk about some of that as well. We try to stay away from the drama, and we only talk about it if it's necessary. But again, y'all, make sure you leave a comment on the video after it's posted. Any other topics? I like the Virtuals idea. Please be sure to hit the like button, hit the hype button on your phone. I appreciate your support. Help get this channel to more subscribers, more viewers, so we can push this information and make sure we put ourselves in a position to profit. Again, C Will with the Passive Income Network. Until the next time, y'all, I'm gone.
Passive income. Gold in my dental. Thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals. Told my girl it was simple.